Ben, Kenny behind the camera, Volkswagen, testing the myth, whether if you put your key up to your chin, chest, leg, put it in different directions, if it will gain range to your key. Alright, let's begin. Got the key, and the baseline is going to be pointing it right at this car. Now, at 10-yard increments, we are going to test this position of the key, whether that does anything, or whether putting this up to my chin, my temple, or my chest extends the range. Now, this originally has a 30-yard range, and I mean, that's what it says in the book at least. So we're going to test it right from there. No need to do the 10-yard, 20-yard, 30-yard. We already know them. Alright, so as we are approaching 30 yards, we can tell that it still works. Right? Right. You might not have heard that, but definitely works.
It works, I heard it.
Alright, so I believe we are at 20. Now, I'm going to continuously lock the car because mine beeps whenever I lock it. Again, testing this position, upside down, hand in the air, any position that we might think would extend the range, and mark it down. Alright, so let's begin. Stop it. Alright, now we're at 30 yards. Let's test the baseline. It works, alright? Baseline works at 30 yards. Now we're going to test different directions of the key. We have parallel with the car, we have vertical, we have perpendicular, and we have in the air. Alright, let's test all of those. First, parallel. Works. Now we have vertical. Does not work. Perpendicular. Also does not work. And in the air. Works. Alright. Now I'm going to go on to the other test, the actual myth. That if I hold this to my chin, temple, or chest, it'll work. Let's try it. First, the chin. It works. Now to the temple. It works. I might look a little funny doing it, but it works. Now to the chest. Also works. Alright, 30 yards. It works for everything except for vertical and perpendicular. Alright, as me and Kenny walk back 40 to 40 yards, we'll do the same test. Baseline. Does not work. Now we have other positions. Parallel. Also does not work. Vertical. Also does not work. Now we got perpendicular. That works. Now in the air. Also works. Now to putting it underneath my chin, temple, and my chest. First, the chin. Works. Temple. Works. Chest. Also works. Alright, now to 50 yards. 50 yards. Here we are. Baseline. Again, does not work. Parallel. Does not work. Vertical. Does not work. Perpendicular. Does not work. Up in the air. Does not work. Alright, now let's do underneath the chin. Worked. Had to move my head a little bit, but it worked. Temple. Worked right off the bat. Now to my chest. Works if I turn my body slightly. Alright. Well, let's keep going until we don't find the range of me putting it to my chin, temple, or chest. 60 yards. Test the baseline. Does not work. Now we'll test the different positions. We got parallel. Doesn't work. Vertical. Doesn't work. perpendicular. Doesn't work. Up in the air. Does not work. Now to the underneath the chin. I'm going to test different ways of pointing my face at the car to see if it does anything. Again, looking a little, childish and funny. Let's do it. Does nothing. Alright, temple. Kenny back there laughing. That works. Let's try this way. Also works. Alright, let's do chest. Alright, so putting it this way, it worked like barely, but did work. Now, before we shot this one, we realized that if I stuck my hand out, it made a little bit of improvement. Or it did. Oh, there it goes. So, you might not be able to tell, but it did do some help, I guess. Alright, let's review what we got here. Alright, now we did all that tests, we have data now. Alright, let's get down to the actual math of this project. So let's talk first about this remote. This remote sends a signal, radio frequency, to a receiver in the car. That decodes what a sequence this sends and knows whether to unlock or to lock. Okay? Now, that's why they say if you hold it to your chin, temple, or chest, that it might extend the range. They say that it takes this antenna and extends it with your body. Now, that causes a lot of speculation. Does it actually? Kenny, get the back here. Alright. We have... What are you doing? Alright. We got the key. And we know it unlocks it. But if I hold it up to my chin, my temple, or my chest, it actually makes my body into an antenna. We found, as we stepped back in 10-yard increments, that the baseline stopped working at 40 yards, but everything else worked. Now, as we kept going back, everything worked except for putting it to my chin, which we originally thought was going to be working the best. That stopped working at about 50 yards. That is still a 20-yard increase to what originally we thought the range of the car was. But as we put it to our temple or my chest, even if I had to move, to the side or the other side, it still worked. That's 30 yards of an increase from what we originally thought as the baseline of what this range of the car was. That's twice as much. We have an average of about 20 to 30 yard increase, and that definitely proves that this myth is definitely true.